What is going on, guys? We're back in another video today, and we are looking at the Madden 20 rookie ratings yet again. And by the title of the video, you can tell we are going to take a look at the sleepers. And of course, in this year's Madden, the rookies are a lot lower. A lot of regular overalls are lower as well. We don't know those yet, but I believe the 15th we will. So we'll probably have a video for that as well. I think the 8th, which is my birthday, hallelujah. Also the 99 overall rated players, I believe, which I didn't even know there was going to be any, to be honest, with the new rating system. But, of course, with the rookies being lower than normal, there are a little bit less sleepers, but there are still enough for us to make a video. So let's get right onto it. And you might want to wait for the video, or watch the whole video, or at least skip to the top 5, because there are some really good sleepers. Some of these may be fillers, but there are some top-tier sleepers in this rookie class. The number 10 sleeper, not number 1, is Tony Pollard of the Cowboys. He was taken in the 4th round. Not necessarily the most sleeper round, but he's a 68 overall. He is 6 foot tall, 210 pounds, and more importantly, he's 93 speed, 94 excel, which in this year's game could be, a top 5 speed running back easily. I mean, hell, even last year's game in franchise, it might have been a top 5. Agility is lacking with an 83, but I've noticed a lot of players across the board on offense have had pretty damn low agility. His juke move is 82, his spin move is 75, stiff arm and truck, that's just not his game. Catching, that's not bad for a running back in Madden. That really not, it's not bad at all. Is there any other ratings here, though? Man and zone's actually not that bad. Stamina 87, injury 89, return ability is actually, pretty decent, I believe. Kick return rating. What's this? What's this? What does this mean? Update? Oh, did they update these guys? I had no idea that was a thing. Wait, I don't even know. What does this mean? Update? I don't know. None of these ratings seem different other than that kick return rating. I'm going to have to take a look at that. But number 10 is Tony Pollard. Now, the next guy on the list is a bit lower of an overall, a little bit more raw. But this is a sleeper list after all. These are guys you're going to have to develop. Quentin Bell, 61 overall, but look at the speed. Look at the acceleration. 88 speed, 90 acceleration for a defensive end. You would think, oh, he's super undersized, but he's 6'4", 254 pounds. So if you were able to develop this guy, he'd be a freak. I mean, 94 jumping. Hell, I don't know what his man in zone. Decent man in zone. Hell, I'd move him out to linebacker and start working him up from there. Honestly, I wouldn't even use him as a pass rusher. I would just put him on, in coverage and just use the hell out of him. I mean, the agility is not terrible. It's 76 for a defensive end isn't terrible at all. The power move and finesse, all that, a little low. 64 finesse, 60 block shed, but that's why he's low on the list. 80 hit power, 73 tackle. He's a pretty decent sleeper pick. For a 61 overall, you're not going to get much better on the defensive line. I'm not sure what these updated rosters mean. Oh, he's even better in coverage. He went up 10 man coverage. He's down 2 zone. That's fine. His press, 94. So they intend you to use him as a coverage linebacker. No doubt about it. You're probably thinking a high second-round pick, low first-round pick, shouldn't be on the list. But because they rated him so lowly, we're going to go with Cody Ford here. Cody Ford's on the list mainly due to the fact that he is probably going to have really good development trade. He's decently fast. Acceleration's great. The top one has to be the correct one because I'm not sure all linemen would have 10 blocking. But, decent blocking in the low 70s, which is expected for, offensive linemen in the rookie class. I mean, the best linemen may have like 75. Very low-rated guys. But the reason why Cody Ford's on this list is because of the potential. I think he's going to have good development. He's going to have at least star. Doubt he would have superstar, but at least star development, which I think puts him on the list there. Now, this one I'm a little bit excited about because, of course, we are the Buccaneers. And no, it's not who you may think it is, if you even know. But it's going to be a wide receiver and the only wide receiver on this list. There's still sleeper wide receivers, but this is the best one. It's Scott Miller, the short little, I think he's 5'8", 5'9", slot receiver. You can see here, he's a 66 overall, but more importantly, 94 speed, 93 excel. And like I said, agility is a little bit lower this year because, of course, we know last Madden at least, agility, you would get that 5-to-1 versus speed and excel upgrade. So, by the time you're done with Scott Miller, if you made him a 99 overall, he'd probably have like 95 84 agility maybe, and like barely a speeder in Excel. So there's that. His catching, pretty damn good. 81 catching, 78 catching traffic. His ability to break tackles, a little low, which I really hate. Like, speedy guys should have at least decent, because, I mean, these are not going to go up very easily. Spec catch is actually decent. For a short receiver, you know, if you're thinking about Madden drafts, last year the average slot receiver would have like a 72 jump rating at draft. 82, pretty damn good. I don't know if there's any other ratings. Run block, that worries the hell out of me. I'm not going to lie. 42 run block. He's a slot receiver after all, but still no kick return ability, which is weird. But I'm pretty sure, at least last Madden and all the other Maddens, I think that only affects catching on kick returns. Injury 88, stamina 87. When you compare that to other guys, it's pretty on par. Route running's about 70 across the board. Scott Miller is going to be a little sleeper wide receiver. He's going to be one of those guys that if we do a fantasy draft, I'm pretty much guaranteeing myself he's going to be that guy. You know, he's kind of like the short DJ Chark, I suppose. And now prepare for me to butcher this name. It's going to be the only name I'm going to butcher on this list, but Sion Taki. Hopefully that's your name, buddy. 70 overall. So far the highest overall of the players, I believe. 85 speed, 89 excel, 80 agility. Of course, those base athletic stats are very good. 60 catching, 88 jumping. You can already tell he's an athletic guy. But most importantly, when it comes to rookies, he's got a pretty damn base set of abilities. You know, 75 block shed, 70 power move, 79 tackle, solid, and then 84 hit power is really solid. Man and zone coverage, a little lacking, 51, 58, but of course, that's kind of the trend for the rookies. It's pretty low, but expected. 79 pursuit is perfectly fine. What about the stamina? It's 88 stamina, that's great. It's 87 injury. He's, you know, you can kind of, once again, choose where you want to put him. I'd probably work with him as an edge player, though. He's a little undersized. He's like 6'1", 238 pounds is an undersized, but 6'1" seems more like a linebacker, because even for linebacker in this day and age, that almost seems undersized. Everyone wants their 6'3" guys. But I'd say he's probably built more as a linebacker, but I think he probably, stats-wise, is built as an edge more. Now, this next guy I think a lot of people are going to love, and he may be, because there's another guy with his position, and he may be lower unfairly, but because he's a higher overall, I have him lower, because I think the lower overall and you're good means the higher you should be on a sleeper list, in my opinion. But here we are with Blake Cashman of the New York Jets. 90 speed, 90 excel, 85 agility. I believe that makes him the third fastest linebacker. It's hard to compete when you have guys like Devin White and Devin Bush. 89 jumping. Ridiculous jumping. I mean, that's insane. Absolutely insane. 83 hit power. That's pretty damn good. 84 tackle. He's got 71 block shed. He can get off the blocks decently for a rookie. 64 zone. 57 man coverage. That's not terrible. It's definitely not terrible. 82 pursuit. Stamina is 91. Injury is only 82. That's a little worrisome, but 91 stamina. He's literally the perfect user linebacker. Kind of fits in that classic linebacker case. Blake Cashman's going to be that guy for the next 2 to 3 Maddens that you're going to have as your number 2, number 3. But this year, I would put him at your number 1 or number 2. Because, of course, there's a lot of potential on that man. Of course, as we, just barely passed the 50% mark, we do have a cornerback. Maybe not as great, but because this is a sleeper list, you expect most of the guys to be on here for their athletic ability, and that is no different here. Kendall Sheffield, he is 6 foot, I believe. 93 speed, 93 excel, 92 agility at 6 foot. Is pretty damn good. 59 catching, 92 jumping. Honestly, I'm starting to think that I should have switched him with the other corner I have on this list, but he's still in a good spot. 75 press. Man and zone's a little low, but that's just the case with almost every single rookie on the list. These rookies, I feel, are going to upgrade themselves a lot quicker than previous Maddens. That's just my opinion, because, they're really low this year. I mean, I think they don't want you to just make every rookie to be great. They need to actually be great to become great. 83 injury is a little bit of a problem, but I don't see that, these guys being injured too much. Like 75 to 80 injury last year would barely get injured, so unless they changed it there. Now here's the linebacker that, once again, I said that, Blake Cashman should have been ahead of, but the reason why he's not is, once again, because this guy is a lot lower of a rating. but Ulysses Gilbert the third. The Steelers got some linebackers. They got 2 starting linebackers for Madden at least that you're going to be able to use her very nicely. Of course, athletically, he's not as good as Blake, but once again, simply put, he's a lower overall. He fits as the sleeper mold way better because he literally is a sleeper. 62 overall, but 88 speed, 90 excel, 83 agility, and if I'm not mistaken, he may have the best jumping out of the linebackers. 93 jumping. 93 jumping as a linebacker. He's kind of like that Ryan Shazier type. He's 6'1", 229, so you can almost debate he kind of could have been a cornerback. But let's take a look at the rest of his ratings. 77 hit power, 66 block shed, 81 tackle, 63 zone, 57 man. Pretty average stuff. I want to take a look at Devin White and Devin Bush real quick. Where are they? Devin White. So of course I hate that zone or agility. Anyways, so unfair. It's so unfair. I get Devin Bush could end up being the better player, but basically the 40 time and the agility drills were basically almost the same difference between each other. Devin White ran the better 40 time, but by a little bit. But Devin Bush ran the agility drills by a little bit. I think they should have made it very similar. Maybe 84 agility, 85 agility for Devin Bush. So man and zone. Look at man and zone. 56, 66. Devin White, Devin Bush, where are you? 58, 65. It's very, very low ratings this year, just to put it in comparison. So, not bad of zone coverage at all. 86 stamina, a little low, but 89 injury. Very solid stuff. Definitely fits as our, our next guy. Now we're on to the second biggest sleeper. Maybe I'm a little biased because I'm choosing the Buccaneers in our legacy franchise. Definitely take a look at that. By the way, this is Mecole Hardman. I don't know why I have it on the screen, but he was going to be my honorable mention. But because he's kind of known, I didn't want to put him on there. But a 70 overall with 95 speed, 92 excel, 91 agility. I kind of had to put him in the video. Obviously, most of us know who he is. Hell, most of us know who some of the other guys are too. But still, had to put him on the list. But here comes number 2, Jamel Dean. I may have mentioned him a few times throughout the offseason. I think they underrated him still. I still think they underrated him a little bit. But 94 speed, 89 excel, 85 agility. The biggest thing that makes him such a sleeper is that he's 6'2" and also 89 jumping. Probably should have been even higher. I don't know why they didn't make him higher. I don't know if they just didn't want him to be too big of a sleeper, but absolutely ridiculous. Man in zone coverage on par with Sheffield. I honestly think Sheffield may be a little better, though, because his speed, excel, and agility are all across the board. They're pretty much elite. But Jamel Dean at 6'2", that makes him a freak. 94 speed at 6'2" is insane. He's going to be my number 2 corner for sure. Stamina 86. That worries me a little bit, but he's going to be my number 2 just because of how athletically freakly that is. I don't know if you would not know who's my number 1. It'd be kind of crazy if you didn't. This is a guy that can't really even be considered a sleeper for Madden, franchise gurus, because I always, had this guy in my mind. If I can trade for him, I will start him in a heartbeat, but let's be honest, I'm not going to get him. The number 1 sleeper in Madden 20 is obviously Tyree Jackson. There is no doubt about it. 64 overall quarterback, even higher rated than Daniel Jones. But Tyree Jackson, who I believe is 6'7", has a speed of 86, an excel of 89, and an agility of 85, 76 strength, and by far the best throw power and a 95 rating. He embodies the definition of a sleeper player, and his throwing stats aren't even that bad. If you remember our Chargers League, he's basically worse than Michael Walker out the gate by a lot. I know Tyree's probably not going to have great development out the gates, but he looks insane. Absolutely insane. The speed is ridiculous. The throw power might be a top 5 throw power in the entire game, let alone rookies. 92 stamina, so that speed and excel and all that will come into play. Injury of 86. Once again, I don't think anything under, over an 80 is really much to worry about. 79 break sacks, a little low, but it's not the worst in the world. Does he have any juke ability? Where is that? They pretty much just made him useless for juking, which, what rookie isn't at this point, I suppose. But Tyree Jackson, obviously the number one. So if you guys enjoyed my list, leave a like on the video. Maybe subscribe if you're new. If there's a guy that you've seen and I somehow missed him, let me know in the comment section as well. Of the 10 players, who do you think is the biggest sleeper? Is it Tyree Jackson? I think it is. But maybe you guys, maybe you're like, damn, Blake Cashman is looking pretty damn sick. I can't lie. Or Sheffield, man. It's going to be a lockdown corner once you play him a year or two. Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to get a conversation going about anything. But anyways, hopefully you guys come back for next video. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. But until next video, see ya!